Kapanali.
This is the way that Sinwar can get out from Gaza alive with his people, and we can release the hostages. I believe that I believe in
Maulit
that
siya
this would
ni.
be the
Baging
solution.
tingnan, medyo maulit ata.
Now, there have been some rumors coming from Iran in recent days that perhaps the IRGC did this intentionally to harm the new president's term by starting a war. Do you think that there's any merit to these rumors, or is this just sort of internal chatter inside of Iran right now in such a chaotic situation?
Okay, so if you Google and read about Turkey and Iran, you will find that almost every month they
Eh,
find
si Tulfo, kasyo yan?
agents.
Kasyo yan sa katotohanan.
The fact
Kung
that
talaga.
the Israel is very happy for the assassination of Haniyeh doesn't mean that we are standing behind this operation. And it makes sense that maybe other people, because it was in the headquarters of the special forces in Iran. It wasn't a regular hotel, so it looks like it's a very, very deep connections to the main intelligence in Iran. So it may be happened with other people and not Israelis. That's why I don't think that Israeli declared 100% that we made it.
No, that's absolutely true. Israel has not confirmed that. We should restate that just for our audience to be clear. However, of course, we do see a number of officials.
Kababasok ng balita, nasunog sa Navoda Spaceport kanina yung ammonia sa kabila yan. Ammonia sa kabila. Sa kabila Spaceport.
Of Iran right now, which perhaps is even a factor when it comes to whether or not Iran will carry out a strike in the end. You know, we just heard earlier in the broadcast that we may get a harder barrage of rockets and attacks from Hezbollah. What do you think about this recent news? Do you expect more from Iran or from Hezbollah in the coming weeks?
First of all, I think that we have to be ready, but we don't have to sit and wait. And I think that the Iranians always like to send to the front the Houthis and all the other forces like Hezbollah. So I believe that it will start from Hezbollah and we will respond. And maybe the Iranian will measure our response. I think that there's also some secret negotiations.
Didi! Ayos na. Wala. Didi ka. Hindi.
Even Putin.
Si Didi lang.
And told them,
The IDF says it has struck a number of Hezbollah terror infrastructure sites in southern Lebanon overnight. This as troops are moving forward with operations in Rafah and central Gaza. ABC's foreign correspondent Tom Sufi Burridge joins me from Tel Aviv with more on that. Hi Tom, what are you seeing there and hearing about these latest developments in Lebanon?
Hey Danny, I just want to bring you the latest on Gaza first, then we'll get to Lebanon. We're getting a lot of reports of Israeli
Isang ulit na yan sa Navoda Spaceport eh. Natubog dyan po sa ammonia.
news that so far today more than 50 people have been killed in Israeli strikes in Gaza.
Navoda
60
Spaceport,
of them
nasunog.
at least 12 people killed in those strikes according to Gaza's civil defense. The Israeli military says those two schools are being used by Hamas as command and control centers. The IDF also telling civilians in certain parts of southern Gaza to move ahead of more military operations. And it's true, Diane, Israel's war in Gaza has been overshadowed this week by the threat of strikes by Iran and or by Hezbollah after those two assassinations in Tehran and Beirut. And we're still seeing a very tense situation up on Israel's northern border with Lebanon. An Israeli defense official telling us Israel is preparing for multiple scenarios, but that official also appearing to draw a potential red line, saying we don't want escalation or a wider war, but we will not tolerate attacks against our citizens. We've got a bit of an insight earlier also into the type of pressures Prime Minister Netanyahu is under right now. The US calling on him and Hamas.
Ayos naman.
And Hamas to reach a ceasefire.
Si Bor.
The security minister, far-right member of his government, is sort of cryptically suggesting that Israel should carry out a preemptive strike, although it's not clear whether he's calling on a preemptive strike against Iran or against Hezbollah? Diane?
Foreign correspondent Tom Sufi Burridge in Tel Aviv. Thank you, Tom.
Didi.
Israel's Security Cabinet held a meeting underground as part of
Dali
its
naman.
emergency training.
Didi.
And the Israeli military continued its airstrikes throughout Gaza, this time killing at least
Huwag kang magalit.
Amid fears of a massive Iranian retaliatory attack against Israel for the killing of a Hamas leader and a top Hezbollah commander, the Israeli Security Cabinet held a meeting at an underground bunker known as the Pit on Thursday night. Despite rumors that the meeting took place at the underground command room over fears of an Iranian strike, Israel says the event was a drill for a potential emergency situation. Located under the Security Ministry's headquarters, the last time such a meeting took place at the Pit was in April, when Iran responded to an Israeli attack on its embassy in Syria by firing hundreds of drones and missiles toward Israeli targets. Meanwhile, amid an escalation in tensions in the Middle East, Israel is continuing to conduct airstrikes throughout Gaza, killing at least 40 Palestinians. This includes airstrikes at a cluster of houses at Al-Baresh camp, where at least 15 were killed, and a nearby camp where 4 others were killed. The two camps are considered some of the more
Yan.
densely populated
Yan si Didi.
areas in the region.
Yan si Didi, oh.
Seen by
Ay, si Didi, oh.
strongholds for Hamas. The Israeli military also struck 2 schools east of Gaza, killing 15 Palestinians. Israel says it conducted airstrikes at Hamas military targets. Since last October, close to 40,000 Palestinians have been killed and more than 90,000 others injured. Isn't it Anima News?
Umpisa naman, kabanalig.
Welcome to Purple Eyes. The intensifying conflict between Hezbollah